Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive into the fascinating, the profound, and sometimes, the truly mind-bending.
Glad to be diving in again.
Today, we're embarking on, well, quite an extraordinary journey. It's guided by a message unlike any we've really explored before. You've brought us this fascinating communication, and we're going to unpack what the Pleiadian Counsel describes as a pivotal moment for our planet and, well, our consciousness.
That's right. Our source material for this deep dive is, it's a direct message. It's titled Pleiadian Counsel, Humanity's 70% Awakening Towards a Solar Flash.
Oh.
And it's a rich, pretty dense text, actually, filled with some really profound claims and guidance aiming to illuminate a path forward for humanity in what they describe as a truly transformative era.
And right at the heart of it, right away, is this central kind of striking claim. Humanity has supposedly reached a 70% vibrational milestone in preparation for something called a solar flash. It immediately makes you ask, right, what does it truly mean for humanity to be 70% awake, according to, well, an interdimensional council?
Yeah, what is 70% awake?
Exactly. And what exactly is a solar flash? What are the implications if such an event is truly imminent?
Big questions.
Huge. We're going to explore these questions and so much more, aiming to really distill the core wisdom and maybe the practical applications contained within this extraordinary message for you.
The core message, a planetary turning point.
Okay, so let's really unpack this message, starting right at the beginning. The Pleiadian Counsel opens with a greeting. It's quite specific.
It is, yeah.
To beloved starseeds, beloved brothers and sisters of light, and they express their deep joy at humanity's awakening. Now, for listeners who might be new to this specific terminology, starseeds, it generally refers to souls believed to have originated from other planets or star systems.
That's the general idea, yes. Incarnated on Earth with a sort of mission to assist humanity's spiritual evolution.
Right. So this opening immediately sets a very specific, almost deeply personal tone, doesn't it? It seems like it's targeting an audience already kind of attuned to these cosmic connections.
It absolutely does. Yeah, it establishes this sense of shared origin, maybe shared purpose. It frames the message not just as information, but almost like an affirmation for those individuals who feel a deep, sometimes unexplainable connection to the stars, It kind of recognizes an inherent nature, suggesting they're already sort of predisposed to understanding these types of communications. It bypasses conventional authority and appeals directly to an inner knowing.
Okay. And then, almost immediately, they drop this truly, astonishing claim. We observe with deep joy that humanity has awakened in a remarkable way. We have already reached the vibrational milestone of 70% of the collective preparation for the great event.
70%.
70%. It sounds like a cosmic report card, like you said, but it's more than just a number, isn't it? It's described as something we've already chosen at a deep level,
right,
signaling a critical threshold has been crossed.
And what's particularly compelling here is how they articulate this 70% vibrational milestone. It's not just a numerical achievement. Rather, if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's presented as this irreversible process, a kind of collective decision point from which humanity, they say, cannot turn back.
A point of no return.
Exactly. The Council explicitly states that their interdimensional calculations and models confirm this 70% precision, indicating that the majority of awakened souls have already chosen, on a deep level, to align with ascension. This implies a profound, maybe subconscious, and largely unified agreement across a really significant portion of the population, almost as if, on a soul level, humanity has cast its vote for a higher path.
Wow.
Think of it less as a percentage in a survey, maybe, and more like humanity hitting an energetic escape velocity.
Okay.
It signifies that enough souls have resonated with higher frequencies that the collective momentum is now, self-sustaining, making a full reversal of this ascension virtually impossible, according to the Council. And this really raises an important question, I think. What are the profound implications of reaching such a point of no return for the path ahead, for you and for all of us?
So this 70%, it isn't merely a literal statistic. It's a really profound symbolic marker of irreversible momentum. The message states, this index does not just represent numbers. It means that you have already passed the point of no return. The elevation process is underway and is irreversible.
Yeah.
It's described as a collective energetic shift that's now self-sustaining, almost as if like a spiritual tipping point has been achieved.
Exactly. A vibrational milestone in this context implies a fundamental energetic transformation in the collective energy, frequency, or maybe consciousness of humanity.
Yeah.
It's suggesting that a critical mass has been achieved where enough individuals have raised their own vibrational state. Yeah. That it has a cascading, sort of resonant effect on the entire collective. It influences even those who might not be consciously aware of it. It's no longer just about isolated efforts, apparently, but a coherent collective movement that has gained unstoppable momentum. So for you as a listener, this means your individual efforts towards awakening. They're not isolated, they contribute directly to this critical mass, reinforcing the collective shift and, well, making it inevitable, according to this message.
And what's this great event that this 70% milestone is preparing us for? This is where the message gets even more dramatic. The solar flash.
Right.
Feels like something out of a sci-fi epic, doesn't it? Like a cosmic explosion of awareness.
Yeah.
The Council describes it as a transformative turning point that will forever change the consciousness of life on this planet.
Yeah, it's a big claim. And what's particularly fascinating here is that the message portrays the solar flash not as just a singular, unannounced event, but as the culmination of waves of light that have already begun. It says, the waves of light that have already begun to pour onto the Earth are increasingly closer to culminating in a transformative solar flash. This suggests a progressive buildup, a period of energetic infusion that prepares us for its full impact rather than a completely sudden shock.
Right.
It's referred to as the great discharge of energy, which very strongly implies a direct, powerful, energetic interaction with our planet and, well, us, its inhabitants.
So it's not just a metaphorical shift in consciousness then. The source implies a tangible energetic phenomenon that will manifest physically or energetically.
Yeah.
Directly changing consciousness for everyone.
It seems so.
For you, the listener, how might such an energetic interaction feel or be experienced in your daily lives? Are we talking subtle shifts or something more profound and undeniable for everyone?
Well, that's a crucial distinction the message seems to imply. While some might experience, subtle energetic shifts, like maybe heightened intuition, vivid dreams, or those spontaneous moments of profound clarity and peace, others could potentially undergo more profound, instantaneous shifts in awareness. Imagine like a sudden lifting of a veil, where your perception of reality just fundamentally changes and you instantly perceive the interconnectedness of all things, or maybe your personal divine nature.
Wow.
The text points towards a literal energetic interaction, maybe originating from our sun, or perhaps a galactic source channeled through our sun. These waves of light and great discharge of energy are presented as, well, potentially measurable, observable phenomena, even if our current science is only just beginning to grasp such concepts.
Right, our instruments might not be there yet.
Exactly. It truly introduces the idea of a clear before and after moment for planetary consciousness, suggesting radical changes in perception, awareness, maybe even physical reality after the event. It's designed to be a felt internal transformation just as much as an external event.
That's a monumental idea, and it ties directly into what comes next, because the message says this energy discharge isn't just a big zap, it brings with it new codes of light that are being integrated into your bodies and consciences. So what does this all mean for us personally? It sounds like a spiritual software update for our very being.
Right, and this raises an important question. If these new codes of light are being integrated, what are they actually doing? The Council defines them as awakening the recognition of the living God spirit that dwells within you.
Okay.
This suggests that these codes aren't external additions, but rather energetic or maybe informational blueprints designed to activate dormant aspects of our spiritual being. So for you, this isn't just an upgrade. It's presented more like a remembrance, a reclaiming of a fundamental aspect of your deepest self. It's about remembering a part of yourself that was always there, perhaps just veiled.
And the message goes further, emphasizing that we are children of the cosmos and bearers of a divine heritage that cannot be corrupted. That's an incredibly powerful statement about human potential or an inherent divinity.
Absolutely. It implies this unbreakable connection to something greater. And the Council clarifies that this divine heritage is specifically defined as Christ consciousness, but they explain it not as a religious doctrine.
Right, important distinction.
Very, but as the power to live fully in love and to radiate that love in all directions. This really shifts the focus from external belief systems to an inherent universal capacity for unconditional love and its radiant expression. The idea of an incorruptible divine heritage suggests an essential core within each of us that remains untouched by earthly experiences or perceived flaws, like a bedrock of inherent purity, wisdom, and potential for boundless love. It's a profound affirmation that, despite all the challenges and imperfections of human experience, your deepest essence remains pure and undefiled, ready to be fully realized through the activation of these light codes.
So it's about remembering who we truly are, beyond our mortal limitations and our earthly experiences. It's quite a beautiful and, expansive vision of humanity's true nature and purpose.
It really is.
The individual's role in collective ascension.
Okay, moving on to how we actually engage with all this profound shifting. The Pleiadian Counsel emphasizes a crucial step before the solar flash, a practical preparation for us. They say we need to refine your focus. This means transcending attachments to material illusions and fleeting desires. It sounds like a call to, spiritual decluttering, to reevaluate what truly holds value for us.
Yeah, and if we connect this to the bigger picture, this isn't presented as a rejection of the physical world or, advocating for asceticism.
Really not about giving everything up.
No, but a profound reevaluation of our relationship to it. The instruction isn't to deny physical life, but to reorder your priorities. And they state it explicitly. Matter must serve spirit and not the other way around. That is a powerful flip of the script from our, conventional materialistic worldview. It's an invitation to really discern what truly nourishes our spiritual growth versus what might distract or burden or encumber it. It encourages a more conscious engagement with our physical reality. So for you, this means consciously choosing experiences that uplift your spirit over those that maybe solely cater to fleeting desires or, societal expectations.
So it's not about becoming ascetics, throwing away all our possessions. It's about getting our priorities straight. Matter must serve spirit. That's a really powerful inversion of how many of us have been taught to live, isn't it?
It really is.
It challenges that conventional materialistic worldview where external possessions or achievements often dictate our sense of worth or success or purpose.
Exactly.
So what would spiritual illumination as the primary focus tangibly look like in everyday life? How does that work?
Well, that's precisely the point. The practical implications of reordering priorities might entail consciously choosing how you spend your time, your money, your energy. Instead of constantly chasing external validation or accumulating more stuff, it could mean prioritizing inner peace, maybe moments of quiet reflection, acts of kindness, or pursuing creative expressions that really nourish your soul. Spiritual illumination in this context is presented not as some abstract concept reserved for mystics,
Right.
but as a practical, actionable path for daily living, shaping every decision, every interaction. It implies a mindful presence in all aspects of life, where you consciously align your physical actions with your spiritual values, knowing that your inner state ultimately determines your outer experience.
And this individual shift, it isn't just for our personal benefit, which is another really fascinating aspect the Council highlights. They state, every time one of you awakens to spiritual truth, it's not just your life that is transformed. They go further, declaring, each awakening opens a portal of light that benefits all humanity.
Yeah.
That's quite a responsibility, but it's also incredibly empowering, right? Knowing your personal journey has such a wide ripple effect.
It really is.
Yeah.
And what's truly fascinating here is the emphasis on the collective impact of individual consciousness. It suggests this nonlinear influence, where one person's internal shift can subtly yet powerfully elevate the vibrational field for everyone.
Like ripples in a pond.
Exactly. This ripple effect is described in expanding circles. Individual growth elevates those around you, your families, your circles, your communities. An awakened person essentially becomes like a lighthouse, radiating these elevated vibrations that reach even those who have not yet awakened. This kind of aligns with concepts like, morphic resonance or the collective unconscious,
Right.
where a shunt in one part of the system affects the whole. And this raises an important question for you, doesn't it? How do you consciously cultivate these elevated vibrations in your daily lives, knowing their far-reaching impact?
So simply by existing in an awakened state, by being that lighthouse, we are a blessing to the collective. It's not necessarily about actively proselytizing or, forcing change on others.
No, not at all.
But about embodying the change and just radiating that frequency.
Exactly. The concept of portals of light. You can see it metaphorically as energetic gateways, or perhaps even literal energetic conduits, through which higher frequencies become more accessible to the collective consciousness. It suggests that consciousness isn't isolated, but profoundly interconnected, where the light generated by one individual awakening amplifies the light for all. It's a powerful validation of the impact of individual spiritual practice on the larger human family, emphasizing that your inner work has a demonstrable effect on the world around you, even if it's unseen.
Which brings us to the core of what's necessary to access this essence, this state. The Council says it's about embracing a pure vision of God as unconditional love. No judgment, no conditions. I mean, that's a tall order for us humans, isn't it? Our love is so often conditional, even with the best intentions. It gets shaped by expectations or fear.
It's a profound statement, absolutely. And it raises that important question for you. If this unconditional love is the actual energy that sustains everything, how does one truly internalize and live from that truth, especially in a world that often feels so conditional?
Yeah.
The emphasis they place on listening to the inner voice suggests a direct, intuitive pathway rather than just an intellectual one. It underscores the importance of inner stillness. The message defines this love as not restricted or limited, one that does not judge, does not hold, does not impose conditions. It is free, radiant, eternal, and crucially, they say, it is the energy that sustains everything that exists.
Wow.
This isn't just presented as a nice idea. It's framed as the fundamental fabric of reality itself.
So this love isn't just an emotion, it's like a universal energetic force. And when we recognize ourselves as a manifestation of this love, the transformation is described as truly profound. The mind calms, the heart flourishes, and the soul shines with renewed intensity. It sounds like a path to really deep inner peace.
It does. And this is where the truly practical guidance comes in for you. The message highlights the crucial importance of creating moments of silence to listen to the inner voice. They describe it as a subtle, yet unwavering guide that never screams, it whispers, softly but clearly.
I like that. It whispers.
Yeah. This inner voice is described as the presence of the higher self, the Holy Spirit, the divine spark, acting as a faithful guide. It emphasizes that cultivating the ability to hear this voice requires stillness, a willingness to transcend the constant noise of the external world, and to, quiet the analytical mind. It's a call to profound introspection and inner attunement, recognizing that the deepest wisdom actually resides within you.
So it's about finding that quiet space within, maybe even just for a few moments each day, to connect with our own inner wisdom, which the Pleiadian Counsel sees as a direct link to the divine source, like a continuous conversation with our higher selves.
Precisely.
The call to presence and purpose.
The Council really seems to amplify this call to internal action, to live differently right now.
Yeah.
They declare, this is the time of full presence. The call is to live with awakened consciousness, to act with attention and love in every instant. No more living on autopilot, trapped in those old patterns of pain and repetition.
Yeah.
That sounds like a radical invitation to wake up to every single moment of your life.
It really does. And what's particularly fascinating here is the directive to assume the divine plan for your life.
Right, assume it.
Yeah. This implies that each individual truly has a unique blueprint, a specific role to play, and that the current moment is ripe for its activation. It's about conscious co-creation rather than just passively receiving fate. The contrast between full presence and autopilot is really stark. Living with awakened consciousness means breaking free from those habitual, unconscious reactions and instead responding to life with intentionality rooted in love and attention. So for you, this isn't about finding a new path necessarily. It's about recognizing the path that was maybe always meant for you and consciously stepping onto it.
So it's not just about stopping negative patterns, but actively stepping into something much greater, assuming a divine plan for our lives. How does one practically assume a divine plan? That suggests a proactive embrace of destiny, right? Rather than just letting life happen to you.
It does. It implies a profound trust in an overarching design for one's life that transcends, egoic desires and societal expectations. Practically, breaking free from old patterns of pain and repetition involves recognizing these ingrained responses, whether they're self-sabotaging thoughts, limiting beliefs, or those reactive emotional loops. And consciously choosing a different response, guided by that inner voice and the principles of unconditional love we just talked about.
Makes sense.
Energetically, it means dissolving the dense energetic imprints of past traumas or limitations, often through conscious release and forgiveness. Psychologically, it involves dedicated self-awareness and intentionally redirecting thought and emotional patterns towards empowerment and joy. It's presented as a continuous process of aligning your conscious choices with your soul's highest intention.
And this ties directly into our unique purpose. The message states, every soul incarnated at this time carries a unique purpose. When you walk in sync with this purpose, it not only elevates the individual, but also assists the entire human collective. It's a powerful call to shine our unique light, without fear, without shame.
Right.
The council says, the world needs your frequency, your authenticity, your divine expression. That's a beautiful affirmation of individuality within a collective shift, isn't it? Suggesting that your unique contribution is absolutely essential.
It really is. And this raises an important question for you as a listener. How do you discern and align with your unique purpose if it's meant to benefit not just yourself, but the entire human collective?
Yeah.
It suggests a symbiotic relationship between personal fulfillment and planetary evolution. The concept of radiating unique light means expressing one's authentic self, their unique talents, wisdom, gifts, without inhibition or apology. This isn't about conforming or fitting in, but about celebrating your distinct contribution to the larger tapestry of humanity, recognizing that your particular vibration is needed right now.
So the world quite literally needs us to be ourselves, fully and authentically. Why is that so crucial right now at this pivotal moment they describe?
Well, the urgency seems implicit in the council's statement that every step taken towards the light opens the way for many others to follow. It powerfully emphasizes that ripple effect we discussed earlier. Your journey literally paves the way for others.
Right.
Societal pressures often suppress authentic expression, don't they, due to fear of judgment, shame, or that deeply ingrained desire to fit in.
Definitely.
So the council's directive to radiate without fear, without shame, without diminution is this unequivocal invitation to shed those societal conditioners and fully embody our true selves. Knowing that by doing so, we contribute a vital, unique frequency to the collective consciousness. This frequency is presented as not just beneficial, but absolutely necessary for the next phase of planetary evolution. It highlights the profound importance of individual authenticity as a cornerstone for collective progress, and ultimately the manifestation of a new, higher timeline.
Navigating the future two timelines and preparation.
Okay, this is where the message takes a truly fascinating and, somewhat mind-bending turn.
Right.
After all this talk of awakening and purpose, the Pleiadian Counsel reveals that they observe two main timelines that present themselves for humanity.
Two timelines.
Yeah. One is a dramatic, sudden flash like a cosmic thunderclap, an abrupt, energetic download. The other is described as a gentle, gradual aurora, a softer unfolding.
Yeah.
These are quite different paths, aren't they, for humanity's immediate future?
Very different. And what's truly fascinating here, and I think deeply empowering for you as a listener, is that the Council emphasizes both timelines are active and possible at this very moment.
Both are possible now.
Right now. This suggests that the future isn't fixed or predestined, but is highly responsive and malleable, directly influenced by our collective vibrational state. It raises that important question. What are the implications of living with such a mutable, fluid future before us, knowing our collective consciousness is literally shaping it? The first scenario they describe is this magnificent wave of luminous energy that sweeps Earth suddenly. But crucially, they note that before this, there will be a sequence of growing energetic pulses to prepare the planet and its inhabitants.
Ah, okay.
So this is the dramatic, invisible solar flash scenario, marking a clear before and after moment that would be pretty undeniable to everyone, presumably.
So even the more dramatic, sudden one has a buildup, a series of preparatory pulses. It's not completely out of the blue, then.
Apparently not. It seems there's a preparation phase, even for the dramatic version.
Okay. And what about the second scenario, the aurora path? How does that feel different?
The second scenario presents a softer and more gradual transition. In this timeline, humanity ascends in harmony, absorbing cosmic energies little by little, without the perceived need for a single, abrupt event.
Okay.
The awakening is explicitly likened to an aurora, slowly growing light until it completely illuminates the sky. The implication is that the experience of awakening would be less intense, maybe less jarring, more seamlessly integrated into everyday life. The metaphor of the aurora evokes a gentle, beautiful, yet undeniably powerful unfolding of light and awareness, a gradual, graceful evolution. For someone like you who is already perhaps attuned to these shifts, it might feel like a continuous, accelerating expansion of consciousness rather than a singular, sudden shock.
The idea that both are active and possible at this very moment is, Well, it's profoundly empowering, isn't it?
It really is.
It means our choices, individually and collectively, are quite literally shaping which future we step into. So what determines which timeline we experience? The Council is quite direct here.
Yeah, they are.
It's us. They state it will depend on the collective state of human consciousness, how much love and unity we manage to anchor together. That puts an immense amount of power and responsibility directly in our hands, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. If we connect this to the bigger picture, the message unequivocally states that humanity's future trajectory is a direct consequence of its collective vibration, particularly its capacity for love and unity. This just underscores the profound responsibility we each carry in shaping the planetary experience. It highlights that individual actions, when multiplied across a collective, have immense power to tip the scales towards one future or another.
Right.
Anchoring love and unity together isn't just a spiritual platitude in this context. It's presented as a concrete, maybe even measurable factor in planetary destiny. It's about how consistently we choose love over fear, cooperation over competition, and compassion over judgment in our daily lives.
So if enough of us commit to these principles, if we cultivate enough love and unity, we can literally choose the aurora path over the more dramatic thunderclap flash. That's a huge shift in perspective, isn't it? From feeling like passive observers of fate or, helpless victims of cosmic events.
It absolutely is. It transforms us from spectators into active co-creators of our reality. And the message then provides very practical guidance on how to prepare and actively influence this collective state, making it accessible to anyone willing to engage, including you. It grounds this vast cosmic vision in tangible daily practices.
So how exactly do we prepare for all this? How do we help anchor that love and unity? The Council gives us some surprisingly simple yet profound advice. Breathe deeply, open your heart, and seek joy.
Yeah.
It sounds almost too easy, but the message highlights their immense power.
It does. And this truly raises an important question for you. What does it truly mean to consider unity as the new currency? It's not just about getting along. It implies a complete overhaul of societal values, maybe even economic systems, where shared well-being and interconnectedness become the ultimate measure of wealth and success. But let's break down those preparatory steps first. The first preparation is foundational. Reserve a moment right now to breathe deeply and open your heart. This simple yet powerful action allows the new codes of light and love to settle more smoothly and integratedly into your being. It's about consciously inviting and assimilating these energetic upgrades, basically making your body and consciousness receptive to the incoming frequencies. It's an act of conscious self-alignment.
And the power of joy. They make quite a strong claim for something we often take for granted, saying, always seek joy. Laughter and lightness are powerful healers, capable of dissolving densities and accelerating the process of spiritual growth. They even say, do not underestimate the power of a joyful heart. It is capable of moving energetic mountains. Moving mountains?
Indeed. Dissolving densities implies releasing those energetic blockages, old traumas, or heavy emotions that can impede spiritual growth. Joy and laughter, by shifting our vibrational state to a higher frequency, act as incredibly potent catalysts for this release. They accelerate our integration of higher frequencies and the light codes. It's a validation of positive emotional states, not just as pleasant experiences, but as fundamental tools for profound transformation. So for you, this means prioritizing activities, thoughts, and connections that genuinely bring you joy as they directly contribute to your spiritual acceleration and the collective shift.
And then unity is humanity's new currency. That's a radical reimagining of how society functions, isn't it?
It really is.
The future, they say, will be sustained not by competition or separation, but by cooperation, compassion, and expanded consciousness.
This point is absolutely pivotal, I think. It outlines a vision for a new society that they say is already being woven, based on love in action. This isn't just about abstract concepts or, utopian ideals. It suggests a fundamental shift in how human civilization will organize itself, from one based on scarcity, competition, individual gain.
Right, the current model, basically.
Yeah, to one founded on abundance, collaboration, and collective well-being. It implies a conscious move away from the current paradigm towards a more interconnected, compassionate world, where shared resources, mutual support, and the well-being of the whole become the norm and the ultimate measure of success. For you, this means actively seeking common ground, practicing empathy, and contributing to collaborative efforts in your own life and communities, however small they might seem.
The message then wraps up by reminding us that life is a divine gift. Every breath, every heartbeat is sacred. It's a beautiful, profound way to reframe our entire existence, isn't it?
It really is.
From the mundane to the miraculous, it's all imbued with divine presence.
And what's fascinating here is the idea that being guided by God, or the divine flow, the higher self, however you choose to conceptualize it, doesn't eliminate challenges.
Right, life still happens.
Exactly. But it profoundly transforms the experience of navigating them, leading to what they call a state of grace. It's about an internal shift that redefined how you perceive and respond to external reality. The Counsel states, each breath that you take is the Creator's breath expressing itself through you. Every beat of your heart is the heartbeat of the Source, echoing in your form. This reframes everyday existence, even the most mundane moments, as sacred and imbued with divine purpose. It invites you to recognize the miraculous in every beat, in every breath.
And when we are guided by God in your life, as they put it, we enter this state of grace where challenges still exist, but they are traversed with lightness and confidence.
Yeah.
The world, they say, becomes again a place of wonders, as it was always meant to be.
This vision suggests a return to an original, maybe untainted state of being, where human perception is unclouded by fear or illusion or separation, allowing us to see the inherent beauty and wonder in existence that has perhaps been obscured. It implies that the state of grace is not the absence of difficulties, but rather an inner fortitude, resilience, and perspective that allows one to move through them with ease and trust, maintaining a deep, unwavering connection to the divine flow of life. It's an invitation for you to reclaim the inherent wonder in your own world. Outro.
Wow, what an incredible deep dive into a message that truly challenges our understanding of reality and, well, our place in it.
Definitely a lot to think about.
We've journeyed from the Pleiadian Council's joyful announcement of that 70% vibrational milestone and the anticipation of a solar flash, all the way to exploring the profound and really essential role of individual awakening in shaping our collective destiny.
Indeed. It's a powerful reminder, isn't it, of our inherent divine nature and the profound influence of our collective consciousness on the unfolding future. We've seen how this message emphasizes that humanity is at this pivotal point, holding the power to influence its future through conscious choices rooted in collective consciousness, love, and unity.
And perhaps the most empowering takeaway for you as a listener is that we are not passive recipients of some grand cosmic plan. We're truly active co-creators of our reality, the choice of which timeline manifests that subtle dramatic flash or the gentle gradual aurora lies directly with us, dependent on the love and unity we manage to anchor together.
It's such a compelling call to conscious participation, offering remarkably practical steps like deep breathing, embracing joy as a powerful healer, and cultivating unity as the new currency for a future society founded on compassion and cooperation. It's a message that invites you to recognize your own immense power and responsibility in this unfolding planetary story.
So, if the collective state of human consciousness truly determines which future timeline we experience, then what single action, fueled by love and unity, could you take today to contribute most powerfully to the Aurora scenario?
Yeah.
What would that look like in your unique expression right now in your daily life?
It's a profound invitation, isn't it? To reflect deeply on the immense power of our individual and collective choices, not just for ourselves, but for the entire human family. It reminds us that every conscious act of love, every moment of unity is quite literally weaving the fabric of tomorrow.
And as the Pleiadian Council themselves remind us at the close of their message, with words that really resonate deeply and offer unwavering support. Never forget you are loved beyond measure, never alone. We walk with you, sustain you, and cheer for your victory.
We love you deeply, eternally. We are the Pleiadian Council, and we remain united with you in this great adventure of ascension.
Until next time, keep diving deep into the wonders of existence.